When was getting detention in school worth it? My senior year, our boys' basketball team is in the playoffs playing the #1 seed. They were much bigger, faster, and stronger than us. We didn't have size, but we made up for it with good ball skills, shooting, and defense. We tie the game with about 8 seconds left. As they're coming down the court with the ball, their point guard dribbles the ball off his foot. It's about to roll out of bounds when our MVP grabs it and takes it in for the easy layup. Time expires. Game over. We win. Biggest upset in class of state history. Nope. The ref on the opposite baseline says our guy kicked the ball and the opposing player in the process. Their ball, double bonus, we're effed. The thing is, our guy wasn't even close and had started retreating to set up a perimeter defense in order to stop penetration and force a longer shot. It wasn't even close. Of course, everyone goes apeshit and there is a meeting among the refs. The original call stands. Everyone is booing their faces off, and our coach begins arguing the call with one ref while the kid buries his foul shots. To top it all off, there was only 0.3 seconds put back on the clock. So now it's a question of how much time, if any, goes back on the clock. Ref says no more extra time, and as they are fixing the clock, it starts. Flashback to a chant I started earlier in the year. It goes like this: oats and beans and oats. I know, it makes no effing sense, but it was different and fun and whatever. So I start this chant, loud, literally screaming at the top of my lungs. Within about 10 seconds, our entire bleachers section is wailing, and the students all come as close to courtside as possible with me, and just start screaming, oats and beans and oats. It was so loud that no one could communicate on the court. Imagine about 400 people, top of their lungs, high school gymnasium. Then our bench players start in. It was effing epic. The refs keep trying to wave us off and are blowing their whistles like wild so they can confirm the clock is right and/or game is over. The ref in question turns to the scoreboard guy and gives a "that's it" type of motion. We're still going nuts with oats and beans. The refs are trying to leave the court, and our bench stands up to block the entrance to the locker room. We storm the court, surround them, and just oats and beans it loud as F. They push through us and into the locker room. But it didn't stop there. About 100 students followed them into the locker room, oats and beansing it all the way. We followed that effer out to his car and never stopped. He retired after that season. I was suspended for 3 days for inciting a riot after the guy threatened to press charges for psychological abuse. The best part, the superintendent comes to my house on the last day of my suspension. My parents were pissed, but I was a senior, good student, going to college, etc. So I didn't get it too bad. Superintendent goes on to sit us all down and tell us how lucky I was that there wouldn't likely be legal repercussions and whatever. I go to my room so he can talk to my parents alone. Then my mom calls me back down to say goodbye. He shakes my mom's hand, my dad's hand, then mine, and says, "Son, you're going to change the world." At the end of the year, I was given a $2,000 Spirit Scholarship, and the entire school chanted oats and beans and oats when they announced my name at graduation.